Diggin It with Eric Richey is brought to you by Range Fit, the hydration your body deserves. White Sands Beach Volleyball Complex and Seeger Sandbar. H-Worth Elevator Service, serving Louisiana and Mississippi. K. Miller Gem and Jewelry, specializing in loose gemstone and fine custom-made jewelry. And by Allstate agent Greg Bravata.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Diggin' It with Eric Richey, episode 9 for this season, and once again, content galore for this show. A wide range of topics this week. We went to Huntsville, Alabama. You know all those tickets being punched to the AVCA National Pairs Championship? We finally, what the heck, we said full closure. Let's go to Huntsville. And that's what we did. We got great stuff from the actual national championship, the two best teams in the country. Not to mention LSU, Tulane, also a New Orleans player, Olivia Stant at UAB. We got a ton of content that we're going to drop for you in our beach segment. So a lot to get to. We're going to wrap up college beach volleyball or college volleyball, the indoor scene, what happened this past week. Also some milestones and commitments. But as we do each and every show for the last 9 episodes, we begin with high school volleyball, which is brought to you by Allstate agent Greg Bravata, offering auto, home, and life insurance as well as retirement packages, and Range Fit, the hydration your body deserves. It is the time of the year that is absolutely the best in high school volleyball in Louisiana. The stage is set. 8 teams in 5 different divisions, all set to duke it out in the state tournament, which takes place at the Cajun Dome starting on Thursday. We will have coverage, as we do each and every year, with highlights and post-game reaction on our social medias. VSN Facebook and VSN Instagram will once again be full of content. Let's take a look now at some of the VSN affiliates, some of the top seeds, and what to look for this week at the Cajun Dome.
Okay, we start in Division 1. VSN affiliate Mount Carmel is the number 2 seed and will have their hands full in a quarterfinal matchup with district foe Chappelle. The number 10 Chipmunks have won a set in each of the past 2 seasons against the Volley Cubs in 3-1 MCA victories and went 4 sets on the road to knock off number 7 seed CE Bird to make it to the Cajun Dome. 38-5 Mount Carmel is led by a pair of powerful outside hitters in Lila Franovich, 491 kills, and Annabelle LeBure, 388. A pair of great middles as well, with senior Alex Como and junior Gabby Locasio, each with over 200 kills and 60-plus blocks on the season. Getting Allie Offner back from injury has been a huge plus to the back row, where she teams up with seniors Mia Lopez and Emma Palermo to form an excellent wall of defense. Setter Sarah Claymont has been excellent in her first year as a starter. The sophomore is one of the leaders in the state with 1,270 assists on the season. No team in the state has made more consecutive appearances to at least the state semifinals than Mount Carmel. Making it to the Final Four this year would be their 20th straight season. Although that streak is very impressive, the streak the Volley Cubs would like to see end is no state titles for the trophy case since 2019. Slidell is the defending Division I state champs. They enter as the number 3 seed and have not lost a set in the playoffs. Danny Tullis has a senior-led team led by all-state setter Ava Labat. They play a good Southside team in the quarterfinals, who will have plenty of student body support, making noise Thursday at the Cajun Dome. The number 1 seed is Dominican. Their string of 4 straight state championships was snapped last season by Slidell in the championship game. Another outstanding run from Jessica Chatelier in Dominican has been highlighted by a pair of wins over rival Mount Carmel, a 3-0 sweep against Slidell, and like Mount Carmel, went 5-0 at St. Joe's Red Hot Sticker Tournament back in late September. Dominican faces number 8 seed Fontainebleau for the right to face the winner of number 5 North Shore and number 4 St. Joe's. In Division 2, top seed St. Thomas More will be looking for a 5th consecutive state championship. The VSN affiliate is hot, closing out the regular season, winning ESA's spectacular tournament. With many key personnel lost to graduation, Jessica Burke's team may not have the lofty expectations as last year's team, but all this Cougars team has done is figure out a way to win 38 times, 14 straight. The Cougars face number 8 Kenner Discovery, with the winner playing the winner of Natchitoches Central and South Lafourche and the semis. VSN affiliate AOL is the number 3 seed and will face number 6 Turling's Catholic, with the winner earning the right to play in the semifinals versus the winner of number 2 seed SSA and Sam Houston. A pair of VSN affiliates still very much alive in another highly competitive Division III field. Number 3, Parkview Baptist, may be the hottest team in the state. Allison Didier League's team has won 20 of their last 21 games. Wins during their late season run include knocking off a pair of, at the time, number 1 ranked teams in the VSN Go Preps Power 25, St. Michael and Mount Carmel. Seniors lead the way with the explosive hitter Yana Times, setter Aiden Polk, and libero Kennedy Otwell. The Eagles will face number 6 Edie White in the quarterfinals. The Cardinals have had an amazing run of success over the past 7 years. Although they have not won it all during that stretch, Edie White has made the Division III state championship game 5 times in 7 years, finishing as the state runner-up, and in the other 2 years, including last season, made it all the way to the semifinals. VSN affiliate Hannon is the number 2 seed and has dynamic talent all over the floor. Led by a trio of seniors, middle Bailey Bevelo, libero Avery Lewis, and outside hitter Goldie Lowe, the Hawks also have one of the top setters in the state in Josie Pathenthal. Hannon has had great success recently in the state tournament as well, winning a state championship 4 times in the past 7 years, and last season finishing as the state runner-up after falling to Haynes in an epic 5-set battle. The Hawks will face number 10 Vanderbilt in the quarterfinals. The Terriers, led by first-year coach Lila Bordes, who led Vanderbilt to a 3-0 sweep versus number 7 Iota in the regionals. Top seed St. Michael leads the other half of the bracket and enters the tournament as the number 1 ranked team in the final VSN Go Preps Power 25. Led by first-year coach Latasha Wise-Jackson, the Warriors enter the quarterfinals with a 37-2 record and a season's worth of monumental victories. Senior outside hitters Bella Bravata and Bella LeBlanc have been outstanding at the pin, while Louisiana Tech commit Skylar Towner has been explosive in the middle. In the quarterfinals, St. Michael will face number 8 Letcher, once again coached by Ricky LeBlanc, who has not lost a set so far in this year's playoffs. The winner advances to face the winner of an intriguing matchup between number 4 Haynes and number 5 U-High. Haynes won the school's first ever state championship in thrilling fashion last season and has had another great year, led by 2-time All-State middle Marilyn Boucher. Other players who contributed heavily to last year's state title also returned in senior libero Ella Feehan, junior middle McKenna Berg, and junior setter Cameron Vaughn. First-year starter sophomore London Granados has also been a key piece this season for the Yellow Jackets. U-High went on an impressive 18-0 run to start the season. They have a pair of the state's most talked about and talented underclassmen in 6-foot sophomore lefty setter outside Julian Aruda and freshman 6'3" outside hitter Monet Temple. In Division 4, VSN affiliate and number 2 seed Newman is loaded. Seniors lead the way with Loyola-bound outside hitter Caroline Bame, libero Jesse Lambert, middle Jaylee Vance, and setter Nola Borges. Junior outside hitter Leilani Reed has had a great season and can take over a game at times. Sophomores figure heavily in the mix also, with front row player Corey Sinak and Susu Milling, who splits time as setter in Newman's 6-2 offense. The Greenies will face LCA in the quarterfinals. The Knights stayed under the radar this season, but Brian Barrett's team is always a threat in the playoffs, as 7th seed Marksville found out the hard way in the regionals. The winner advances to the semifinals to face the winner of number 4 North Lake Christian and number 11 Catholic High New Iberia. The Wolverines are the two-time defending Division IV state champions. Catholic High, like LCA, stayed out of the Power 25 all season. But with coach Gary Westcott, the Panthers are always a threat. Dunham is the number 1 seed and will be looking for a run like last year, when the Tigers got hot at the Cajun Dome and made it all the way to the championship game. They faced number 8 Notre Dame, with the winner advancing to play the winner of number 4 John Curtis and number 5 Sacred Heart of New Orleans. In Division 5, VSN affiliate Westminster Christian is looking to continue one streak and break 2 others along the way. The Crusaders will be looking to make it to the championship game for a 4th straight season. A Westminster win in the finals would snap a 3-game losing streak in the championship round, and it would end Country Day's 9-year run as Division 5 state champs. WCA faces number 7 Northside Christian in the quarterfinals, with the winner advancing to face the winner of number 3 Central Catholic and number 6 ESA. Top seed Country Day will face number 9 Riverside Academy, with the winner advancing to play the winner of number 4 Ascension Catholic and number 5 McGehee.
So a good look there to set the stage for this weekend at the Cajun Dome. Let's go ahead and bring in our guest for this show. Not only is she the head coach of Newman, but she is the acting president of the LVCA, Coach Colleen Loerzele of Newman, a state champion just a few years back in 2022, semifinalist the last 2 years. Coach, welcome to the show. How's the preparation being the number 2 seed in Division 4 going for you?
Oh, thanks so much, Eric. We're excited. We're ready. The girls have been working hard. We're in a good place. We've had a good mix of success, and I feel like no team is prepared to get to the playoffs if they haven't had some struggle. We've had some moments of struggle and we've worked through it. So I like where we are. I feel good about it.
5 straight wins to close out the regular season. I know that was important. Some big wins along those winning streak too. With John Curtis, you close it out with a nice win against Dutchtown. Now 2 playoff wins later. Tell me about your team right now. 7 consecutive wins as you head to the Cajun Dome on Thursday.
Yeah, like I said, we if you look at our schedule, all of our losses this season have come from teams who are still in it, still in the 8. So we've had a real tough schedule, and I think it's prepared us well just to compete and to be resilient and to fight. So I like what they're doing and where we are.
We're looking at some video right now. And again, there's Vance and Sinak taking care of business at the net. Caroline Bain, we know, is a returning all-state performer right there. But, man, there are so many talented players. You're running a 6-2. I know Nola and Susu doing a good job at your setter position. And Jesse, of course, fully healthy now, playing libero. Tell me about your team. Give me some of these names. And, again, Leilani. I'm forgetting Leilani. She took over the Chappelle game early on. Give me some of the names and how these players have done for you, and who should we be watching at the Cajun Dome on Thursday?
Gosh, that's one of the things I really like about this group of kids is it's really can be any of the kids on any night. We've got a lot of balance. We've got strong outside hitters in Caroline and Leilani who can put the ball away and also have great ball control. We've got our 2 middles who are just so dynamic and athletic and fast with a heavy hand and can be real dangerous. And if you focus on them, then we've also got our right sides who, are younger, but they are just physical and athletic and have a heavy hand. So it's a very athletic, dynamic, fun team to watch.
Another team that is always the scary type team is the team that you're going to face in the quarterfinals, right? LCA, Brian Barrett's team, really always a good team in Division 4, makes a strong run. We didn't say word one about LCA this season during the Power 25 voting. They weren't there. They were always just on the outside, really never even, got real close to being in the top 25. But every year, all Coach Brian does is get this team ready to play. So I know he's got your attention. Tell me about your quarterfinal matchup Thursday in the first round of the Division 4 games at the Cajun Dome.
Yeah, LCA is, has a great program, athletic and, fun, a fun team. I think when you get to the top 8 in your division, it's going to be really strong. So I think if you look at all the teams in our division, there's no easy match. It's all going to be just a dogfight. So we look forward to having some good volleyball in the Cajun Dome.
On the onset, I introduced you as not only the head coach of Newman, but also the president of the Louisiana Volleyball Coaches Association, which he took over this year from Patrick Ricks, who had it the last 2 years at Dutchtown. I think it was Terry Hebert from Turlings Catholic before him. What is it like being the president of the LVCA? Give us some of your duties, and then eventually get me into, I know it's probably a cool thing to be the president, except for the day the brackets come out. Last Monday when, you got to get everybody straight, you're fielding phone calls. What's it been like, and what are your duties as the president of the LVCA?
Gosh, it's a great honor. It's so humbling. And I just feel like my job is to help build on the great foundation that's been set of volleyball in our state. To advocate for our coaches when there are problems or, when they see things where we can make improvements, and to support them just to make sure that we're giving the kids the best experience that they can have. And, as a product of Louisiana volleyball, going to high school and competing here, it's been such a big part of my life that it's really a joy to be able to give back, and be a part of this association.
That's great. And we're looking forward to VSN has broadcast live stream, the LHSCA/LVCA State All-Star Game, East versus West, 6 of the last 7 years. We're proud to say that we've been given permission to do it again this year at St. Michael High School. That's the Saturday after the state championship. So it'll be November 22nd, and second year in a row, it's at a high school gym. I don't know if you were part of that conversation to get it to Central last year. I know it was at Nichols the first several years that we live streamed it. What's the reason behind doing it at high schools and 2 years in a row, Central last year and then St. Michael this year?
Well, it just makes it really easily accessible for a lot of people. I think being in Baton Rouge is really important to us because it's centrally located and we can draw people from everywhere. St. Michael's has graciously agreed to host, and we're excited to be in their facility. I think the high schools provide a lot of what we need in terms of gyms, and space for our kids to have meals and to have a great experience. So we're very excited to be able to have it at St. Michael this year.
Well, we are very excited again to be live streaming it. All right, let's segue into, and we talk a lot, right? You're a great friend of the show, and obviously Newman, a big affiliate on VSN. But for those of you that don't know, your background and this wild kind of just small world. So great player at Sacred Heart, and you actually played for Julie Hartley your last couple of years. And then you were in that all-star game as well. We got a picture right here we're showing of you as an all-star back in high school. Then you went on to Iowa State, where you were one of the top players in the Big 12 for 3 years. But then, and that's where the story gets really good, then you go to Purdue. Now, full disclosure, my dad went to Purdue. My brother went to Purdue. I've been a huge Purdue fan my whole life. I wanted to go to Purdue too, but their communications department, AKA radio, TV, broadcasting, was the thumbs down. It was not good. And I knew it as a 17-year-old walking around like, Dad, I can't go here. This is terrible. All I'll be doing is chasing the Golden Girl and watching football games and basketball. So I didn't go there. I went to Clarion University, but I'm still a huge Purdue fan. My career comes to Indianapolis, where I worked at the Fox affiliate for 6 years. The first year I get there is 97. This dude named Drew Brees happens to be a freshman. Joe Tiller's there. And this other redheaded guy, Jason Loerzele, great linebacker. So I cover all those years, those 4 years. I went to both Alamo Bowls, 97, 98, Outback Bowl, 99, Rose Bowl, 2000. And suddenly you kind of come into the picture dating this redhead. Tell me about the story on how your 1 year playing at Purdue volleyball, start dating Drew Brees' roommate, who was a stud linebacker himself. I think I got the story right. Was that right?
You did. You nailed it. No, it was fun. We met, at a party, a birthday party, kind of a jock love story there, and met and, never looked back. Just, we had so much in common and clicked instantly. And so, he really such a great just presence. And, I don't even know what to say. So fun. It still makes me blush.
Well, I mean, we finally all three went out and just had a couple, cold ones, and just had some good Mexican food, and just talked about those Purdue days. And those were some of my favorite years of my career, because it was so exciting. Purdue football was just, Coach Tiller and that team, and God, it was just so much fun. And when I realized, the connection, it kind of blew me away. But, it was just so fun reminiscing. So I'm segueing here because you've had athletic children. Your oldest, Will, he's playing college football and had a big game this weekend. And you had like a planes, trains, and automobiles experience just trying to get to see your boy playing for Wake Forest. I know he had an injury, but he came back this past weekend. Tell us about Will and what a joy it was to watch him this weekend.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. We had our playoff game on Friday night, and so we caught an early flight out Saturday morning to try and make it to the game for 7:00. And as we're sitting in the airport, we got the first flight out at 7, and we got delayed. And we were like, oh no, what are we going to do? We're going to miss this, and we can't have this happening. So we did a quick Google search, found out the closest airports to Charlottesville, jumped on a nonstop to DC, got a car, drove there, and made it perfectly in time to Charlottesville to see Wake Forest upset UVA in just a really fun, exciting game. And he, got to play. He's been having a great season. He started off with a stress fracture in his foot and recovered from that, and has been back. And is just having a great experience. So we made it with 15 minutes to spare and had a fantastic night.
And not only does he play, but I believe those touchdowns that Wake Forest scored, they went right behind Will Loerzele. Is that right?
Very fun. He's a great blocker, and at tight end, and just has made us so proud. We've really loved watching him play. It brings us so much joy.
And look, the people that watch Newman at VSN knows he can catch the ball too. They'll figure that out real quick. Now that he's blocking, right. They'll be like, hey, why don't you fake the block, go out, and we'll hit you for 15 yards. So it's going to be fun watching him. So I'm glad we got that in there too. Just on the way out, just kind of paint the picture, what this week is like for you as a head coach. Do you treat it any differently, or how do you coach and get a team ready to go to the Cajun Dome to basically go into war, 3 wins, and you're a state champion?
Yeah, we're basically, we have 3 days of practice in a row, which is rare because, we don't play until Thursday. So, we'll get after it this week and just kind of fine tune and polish up some of the things that we've been working on so that we're ready to go for Thursday. So the chemistry is vitally important at this point, and just getting into Thursday ready and, ready to fight.
Well, we're wishing you the best. We always, again, we're very overt and covert about our feelings for our VSN affiliates. So we have no hesitation in saying, go Newman. Wish you the best of luck. Hope you bring back a state championship. It'll be fun seeing you there. VSN, we don't stream the games at the Cajun Dome, but we go and we get highlights and interviews. And then, of course, we'll see you the following Saturday at St. Michael for the LVCA, LHSCA All-Star Game. Thrilled to be doing both. Best of luck to you. And as always, thanks so much for sharing some stories with us and some time here on Richey, Digging It with Eric Richey.
That's awesome. Thanks so much. And thanks for all you do for our girls and for our program. It's always great working with you guys.
Appreciate it. Labor of love for sure. And it started with my daughter, Emma Richey. So appreciate it. Best of luck to you. Time for us to take a break now. That was Colleen Loerzele, great head coach at Newman. And man, they're the number 2 seed. It's going to be fun watching that team go. They, as we just saw, very explosive.
For all of your insurance needs, call Allstate agent Greg Bravada. Auto, home, life, and retirement, Greg has a plan that's right for you. Allstate agent Greg Bravada, a proud supporter of the area volleyball scene. Range Fit's premium electrolyte blend elevates the standard in hydration, delivering both incredible taste and powerful effectiveness. Zero sugar or artificial sweeteners. It's the perfect balance of performance and flavor. Go to rangefit.com, use code DIGGINIT15 at checkout for 15% off. Local, family-owned H. Worth Elevator Service is the name you should choose when it comes to your commercial or residential elevator needs. We offer elevator installation, repair, and maintenance services. Choose professional elevator contractors in Kenner, licensed and insured. 24/7 emergency services available, warranties available. Backed by over 4 generations of elevator mechanics. Call H. Worth Elevator Service for your elevator needs.
What I love about this place and most proud of this place is this community. Take a look around, this place is fantastic. Everything we do here is with passion. What separates White Sands from other places is the vibe. The community, the people, everyone here is family. See you on the sand at White Sands Secret Sandbar.
From the hardwood to the sand. That's right. Time to get busy with some beach volleyball, brought to you by White Sands Volleyball Complex and Seeger Sandbar. We've talked about it a lot over the last month and a half on this show. Punching the ticket to the AVCA Fall Pairs Beach National Championship in Huntsville, Alabama. We had all of these tickets punched. Well, what about the tournament itself? We decided to go to Huntsville on Sunday to do full circle coverage on some of these players, especially the local teams like LSU and Tulane. There was a local player, Olivia Stant, a Mount Carmel standout, who now is a senior at UAB. Not to mention the Gold Bracket Championship, the best pair in the United States of America. And it was Long Beach State taking on UCLA, hosted again by the AVCA and Rally Volleyball. And once again, the city of Huntsville did a tremendous job with this tournament.
No surprise, the championship bracket came down to a pair of California teams. UCLA with junior Cassie Dodd of Perth, Australia, and Alexa Fernandez, a sophomore from Texas. They were going up against a pair of Long Beach State returning 2-time All-Americans, Malaya Gemintera and Taylor Hagenow, both from California. And it was time to crown a national champion. Long Beach State came out on fire. Hagenow with the tip over the block to set the tone. Then some nice D sets up the kill as Gemintera goes line for some big-time hammer time. LBSU keeping up the pressure. Nice cutter right here from Gemintera. Then the aggressive serve leads to an ace. And just like that, Long Beach State had a 4-0 lead. They would keep the pressure on and keep the distance as well, and go on to defeat UCLA 21-16 in the opening set. Set 2 seemed a little closer, but Long Beach State still having their way. Haguenau with the little misdirection flip, and it was 15-10. UCLA gets a sweet back set from Fernandez, and Dodd hammers it home. But this day belonged to Long Beach State. Championship point, and it's Gementera going knuckle to the back corner. After being knocked out in each of the last 2 years by the eventual champs, and a 9th place finish as freshmen, the 4th time proves to be the charm at the ABC Fall Beach National Championship for these two-time first-team All-Americans.
Let's hear it for Long Beach State!
We've been here since our freshman year, and we've been trying to win this, and as seniors and still the same partner, it feels really good to finally win this.
Really exciting, and a lot of hard work has been put on, so to get here at the end it just feels amazing.
Sweet gratification.
Yep, yeah, gratification for sure. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is a place where you can come and find out where you are. You can come and prove yourself against the best from all over the country, and it's really the only opportunity. It's super unique, and we've had pairs who've had great runs and won here and represented our program well, and so we had another chance for a couple of our younger pairs to come here and get the kind of first dip in the pool of this reality, and they did a great job. Super proud of them. I mean, the growth as a pair has been great. Skylar is one of our leaders, our seasoned veterans, and her ability. And last year she came here and struggled, and this year she came here and really played well. So I'm super proud of her development, her growth. And then Kinsey, as a freshman, to once again in that environment to punch the ticket on the opening weekend, and then to come here and really play well against top competition. The growth that she showed, and even the growth that we had while we were here in these 3 days, is just invaluable, and it's super impressive.
Everyone here is an incredible pair. You have to be playing at your best in order to get a point. So, I mean, it's a battle every single match, which was good for us just to grow and have a better mindset each point. We had to really battle a lot more physically than we ever have, but also mentally too.
It's been crazy, honestly. It's been so exciting. Getting to play alongside the best of the best has been such an opportunity that I cannot be more grateful for. And just my coaches and my teammates helping me push harder and harder to get here. These teams are amazing. You practice every single day to come here, and you don't even realize what you're expecting, and then you get here and you get to watch other teams play, and just watching is so exciting. But actually getting to play alongside them has been so fun, and it's made me a better player, especially for the spring. Getting to see what the competition is going to look like for the future has been really cool, and just watching the way that everybody has grown over the weekend has been so fun, especially our other teams.
They've had an incredible fall, played at a really high level. And for us to be able to come here and get a bigger test, a more significant test, and see how we respond was a critical part of their development. And probably we could have done a little bit better, but we know why, and now we can address that.
We're definitely really blessed to be here. It was so much fun just to enjoy it with our teammates, and yeah, we just had a blast, and we're grateful to be chosen to be here and compete against these awesome players.
That's why I think we're so lucky, just being able to get to experience this high level of play in fall and kind of just like know what to expect for the spring. I think it's just like awesome that we got to experience this high level of competition and play against all these amazing players.
Once again, a super productive weekend for them to embrace where they are, what they've done so far, and to really understand and buy into what we can do to be better as we move towards the season.
This is a tournament I've always really wanted to come to, and I think I'm just super grateful to be here, especially as a junior. Just being able to play among some of the best competition. I remember telling Molly in the beginning of this tournament, Molly, this is amazing practice for us. There's not going to be an easy game, and we're going to be able to just compete against some of the best schools in the country, and that's honestly going to make us so much more ready for competition in the spring. And I think that's something that I'm super just excited and grateful about.
For me as a senior, I feel like these are the people I grew up playing against. I know practically every person on every team here, so it's just really great to see all of us just grow how we've grown around since juniors to freshmen to now, playing the same people all the time. It's great just to expand our range and learn more and improve on our game. We came back and our first game was FGCU, and did we lose to them?
No,
Or did
we
beat
lost them last year.
Last year we lost to them, so we came back 1-2. That was awesome. We played against Stanford. We had a really great game against them. We took them to 3. Almost pulled that one out. But I think each game, like the main thing that we've taken is just improving on our partnership and our work together and our game, and just leading into the spring how well we're going to play.
I just am focusing on us. We're really just focusing on growing in our partnership and like our chemistry together. We played majority of the spring last season together, and we've like already, just with it being the fall, have just expanded on so many aspects of our chemistry together, our partnership, growing on like our mentality and how we play our game. And I think that when it comes down to it, like we have like some of the smartest plays and the like most consistent defense like I've seen here to like in this tournament. And so being able to compete and continue to grow that with like such great competition is going to make us so ready and prepared for this spring, and being able to just ball out and go after that championship. The competition was so good. I mean, you get to play the best of the country, like you said, and just getting these reps, getting to play these teams is amazing. Getting to see where we can improve is also so awesome for our growth and just great for our pair. Just full of gratitude. I am so thankful for everybody who's helped me through my growth, and just super excited what's to come as well. Because I've grown so much so fast, I'm excited what to see in the future. And I'm just thankful for the coaches, and especially for my partner Jazzy, just helped me get better every day.
Yeah, I think it's actually really cool. This is my senior year. This is my 3rd year at the ABCA National Championship. And just watching it grow and watching the amount of people show up every year has been such a great thing for beach volleyball, like getting us known out there, because this is such an amazing sport and it's so much fun. It just shows us what we're capable of. Like our first day was a big day for us beating Cal, and it just shows us like how much growth we've made as a pair over the past year, and it also shows us like where we can improve to keep beating those top teams.
UAB has every year seems to get better and better. You got another local New Orleans girl with Virginia Voce. What's the outlook for this UAB team in the spring?
Man, I mean, we're going to look really good this year. We're hoping for a conference championship win, and we're going to continue to work hard and continue to grow as a team, and we're looking really good. I'm super excited for this year. Just keep on pushing each other to get better.
This team, like, this is the most depth we've had in our entire team that we've had since we've been here. And I'm just excited to see what our lineup looks like in the spring and how much growth we're going to make. I think people should really be afraid of UAB this coming spring.
I think it was just putting everything together at the end of the fall season and just getting to another level of competition and grit between everyone. No one wanted to lose a game, so just going out there and playing to win the whole entire weekend. And then the other 2 days I got to play against 2 of my friends, which is really cool. Then playing against Hawaii right now, you just get a whole other level of competition getting to play against people you usually wouldn't.
It's so cool to see girls that you grew up with and juniors, how much the game has developed over the years, and just getting to see people showcase all their hard work and training, and it's been awesome. Only 2 matches a day when sometimes we play up to 3, so you can put that much more effort into each play, into each game. And it was also really cool starting at later times and getting to play under the lights was a really fun experience, and it kind of made like the game experience even more exciting.
I think just continuing to get better and work on closing these games out and just taking what we've learned from this weekend back into home and playing against our team and getting into spring season.
As we wrap up our first semester and go into our spring season, I think seeing what the competition like is here and what we can put into our training once we go home, and then preparing ourselves over winter break for what's to come in the spring.
Range Fit's premium electrolyte blend elevates the standard in hydration, delivering both incredible taste and powerful effectiveness. Zero sugar or artificial sweeteners. It's the perfect balance of performance and flavor. Go to rangefit.com, use code DIGGINIT15 at checkout for 15% off. For all of your insurance needs, call Allstate agent Greg Bravada. Auto, home, life, and retirement, Greg has a plan that's right for you. Allstate agent Greg Bravada, a proud supporter of the area volleyball scene.
What I love about this place and most proud of this place is this community. Take a look around, this place is fantastic. Everything we do here is with passion. What separates White Sands from other places is the vibe. The community, the people, everyone here is family. See you on the sand at White Sands Secret Sandbar.
Local, family-owned H. Worth Elevator Service is the name you should choose when it comes to your commercial or residential elevator needs. We offer elevator installation, repair, and maintenance services. Choose professional elevator contractors in Kenner, licensed and insured. 24/7 emergency services available, warranties available. Backed by over 4 generations of elevator mechanics. Call H. Worth Elevator Service for your elevator needs. Time for some young MCs, milestones, and commitments. Let's start with the commitment.
Here's Davis at the net. It's on the line, and there it is. Kill number 1,000 of her career.
AOL senior outside Lillian Davis. Remember, she picked up career kill number 1,000 in the season opener. That was her milestone. Now to her commitment. Davis is headed to Southwest Mississippi Community College. Congrats to her. Milestones now, and we start with Mount Carmel's sophomore setter Sarah Clement. Her first year as a starter, and boom, already over 1,000 assists. Hannon got a 2 for last Tuesday in the first round of the playoffs. In the same game, senior libero Avery Lewis picks up career dig number 1,000, and junior setter Josie Pathamthong gets career assist number 2,000. How about that? And congrats to Pope John Paul senior libero Alana Lazard, career dig number 1,000. And congrats to Sam Houston senior Aubrey Porty. How about this? 1,000 kills and 1,000 digs. Now that's a true young MC.
A lot of those girls with the milestones will be on display Thursday through Saturday at the Cajun Dome. That's where we will be, getting you highlights and interviews, keeping you up to date with the state tournament quarterfinals Thursday, semis on Friday, and 5 state champions will be crowned on Saturday. VSN will be there with not only coverage on our social media, but we'll have an extensive recap on this very show next week. That will do it for now. Special thanks to our guest, Colleen Loerzele, our director, Justin Thomas, and our graphics whiz kid / favorite beach volleyball player over there in Jacksonville, Eric Richey. Thanks so much for helping us celebrate the sport of volleyball. See you next week on Diggin' It with Eric Richey.
Diggin' It with Eric Richey is brought to you by Range Fit, the hydration your body deserves. White Sands Beach Volleyball Complex and Seeger Sandbar. H. Worth Elevator Service, serving Louisiana and Mississippi. K. Miller Gem and Jewelry, specializing in loose gemstone and fine custom-made jewelry. And by Allstate agent Greg Bravata.